Hey, how's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing great. Welcome back to the channel. I've got to say this exactly how I see it. What we're witnessing in the markets right now is absolute madness, and I'm not exaggerating, seriously. I'm not. I honestly don't remember ever seeing anything like this before. We've lived through crises, pandemics, historic crashes, but this is different. I mean, really different because we're no longer just dealing with an economic or geopolitical situation. What we're living through right now is an information war. One day, a headline comes out saying everything is escalating. A few hours later, they're talking about an immediate ceasefire. China is advising its citizens to leave the area while the United States is sending more military forces. And of course, the market is trying to react to all of this in real time. So, what's the result? Noise, confusion, and completely unpredictable moves. Right now, we have totally opposing narratives happening at the same time. And the mistake a lot of people are making is trying to build a logical story out of something that simply isn't logical. They're trying to predict what's going to happen, but the truth is, nobody knows. Because while you're analyzing one piece of news, three new ones come out and completely change the picture. Today, it looks like tensions are rising. Tomorrow, it feels like everything is calming down. And 2 hours later, fear is back again. This is not an environment where you can play the role of a fortune teller. And here's the key point: when the information environment is chaotic, the market becomes chaotic too. That's why we're seeing strong rallies followed by sharp drops with no clear direction. Price is moving a lot, but it's not really going anywhere. And that's not a coincidence. This is a market driven by expectations, headlines, and narratives, not by solid fundamentals. And that's why I've been repeating the same thing for a while now. More than ever, risk management is essential. There's no other way to operate in this kind of environment. Like it or not, we are small players in a massive market, one that's driven by governments, central banks, and decisions we never see coming. So the only variable we can truly control is how much we risk. Not the market, not the news, not geopolitics. Only risk, part of your capital invested, part of it in cash. Because when everything becomes unpredictable, liquidity is not fear, it's freedom, it's fuel. Now, there's something happening beneath the surface that explains a lot of this. U.S. bonds are under serious pressure, especially the 1-0 year treasury. Every time yields approach certain critical levels, we start to see shifts. Political narratives change, agreements appear, decisions get softened, not because anyone wants to be nice, but because the financial system simply cannot sustain extremely high borrowing costs for long. When that pressure builds too much, something always changes. And at the same time, we keep seeing contradictory signals: rumors of negotiations on one side, military movements on the other, increasing activity in key strategic routes like Hormuz. That usually means things are happening behind the scenes that we simply don't know about. The public only sees headlines, social media narratives, but the real decisions are made far away from the cameras. And that gap between what we see and what's actually happening is what creates so much volatility. And this is where a lot of people get confused with Bitcoin. People keep asking, is it bullish or bearish? And honestly, right now, it's neither. Bitcoin is reflecting the exact same global environment: uncertainty. Price is ranging. No clear breakout to the upside, no structural breakdown either, just sideways movement while the market waits for clarity, and that makes perfect sense. The problem is this kind of market frustrates people because we all want action, we want excitement, we want a clear trend. So what happens? Extreme predictions start showing up. Bitcoin to 100K, total collapse incoming. But historically, the biggest moves come after long, boring periods, sideways phases where it feels like nothing is happening, but in reality, the market is building energy. So, right now, in my opinion, there are a few sensible ways to approach the market. First, be patient and look to buy lower if the opportunity comes. Second, maintain partial exposure so you can participate if the market moves up, but keep liquidity. Third, go in strong only when clarity is obvious. What doesn't make sense is trading impulsively because then you're not investing, you're gambling.
Personally, I expect strong volatility in the coming days. Fast moves, sudden reversals, overreactions to every headline. Because the market is trying to anticipate something that hasn't been decided yet. And when there's no certainty, the market always overreacts. Always. So if I had to leave you with one message today, it would be this. Don't rush. You don't need to catch the perfect move. What matters is staying in the game long enough to take advantage of real opportunities when they appear, because the market always offers opportunities, but only to those who preserve their capital. Stay sharp, manage your risk, and I'll see you in the next video.